In the year 2142, humanity didn't go to the stars in gleaming chrome ships. We went in hollows, massive excavated asteroids outfitted with thrusters and artificial ecosystems. The most famous of these was the Vesper 9, a hollowed-out iron rock carrying 4,000 souls toward the TRAPPIST-1 system. But 3 generations into the journey, the Vesper 9 hit something no one had predicted: the Great Stillness. The problem: inertia's ghost. Midway through the void between stars, the ship didn't hit a wall. It hit a patch of space where the laws of physics seemed to thin out. The symptom: time inside the ship began to move faster than the mechanical clocks. The crisis: the nuclear fusion core was aging centuries in the span of days, threatening to burn out before they reached their destination. The lead, Kalen, a maintenance-born, someone who had never seen a sky that wasn't a curved LED ceiling. The outside inspection, Kalen was tasked with a long walk. He had to exit the pressurized interior of the asteroid and crawl along the outer hull to manually recalibrate the chronal dampeners. As he stepped onto the surface of the Vesper 9, he expected to see the usual endless black. Instead, he saw the loom. It looked like the universe was being stitched together by glowing violet threads. We weren't traveling through empty space. We were caught in the seams of reality. Kalen's SUTCOM recording. The threads were beautiful, but they were feeding on the ship's energy. Every time a thread touched the iron hull, it drained a week's worth of power. The choice. Kalen realized the Vesper 9 wasn't stuck. It was being tangled. To free the ship, he had to sever the connection between the asteroid and the violet threads. But his cutting laser was too weak. The only thing dense enough to break the threads was the ship's gravity anchor, the device that kept the people inside from floating away. The plan: if he released the anchor, the ship would snap forward, breaking the loom. The risk. For 60 seconds, everyone on the ship, infants, the elderly, the sleeping, would experience zero-G in a space designed for gravity. Tables would fly, water would float out of pipes, and the ecosystem would shatter. The snap Kalen didn't call the bridge. He knew the politicians and the captain would debate until the core turned to ash. He slammed the manual release. The world didn't scream, it went silent. For 1 minute, 4,000 people drifted in the dark. Kalen watched as the violet threads snapped like violin strings. The Vesper 9 lurched forward, propelled by a sudden surge of kinetic energy that defied every textbook in the ship's library. When gravity returned, it hit hard. Bones broke, and the internal gardens were a mess of mud and shattered glass. But the clocks stopped racing. The stillness was behind them. The aftermath. Kalen remained on the hull for a long time, looking back. He realized that the loom wasn't a trap. It was a highway used by things far larger than asteroids. Humanity hadn't been attacked. They had simply been a bug caught in a spiderweb they weren't supposed to see. The Vesper 9 reached TRAPPIST-1 12 years later. Kalen was the first to step onto the new planet. He didn't look at the green grass or the blue sun. He looked at the sky, wondering if the threads were still up there, stitching the rest of the universe together.